Spare subs. Spare subs. Could anyone please spare me? Oh, good. Sir, please. Sir, I ask you to please subscribe to the channel. Over 95% of my viewers unsubscribe. Busters. Please. I need to be able to live for the day. So if you could just give me one sub so I can eat tonight and live another day. Please, sir, please. All right, chat. Before I get to the game, I want to talk about Aftershock really quick. All right, let me tell you what happened. Okay, it was an interesting experience this time. Last time I went, this was in 2019, and you know, I was with my girlfriend. We were pretty chill about it. We're like, okay, I'm okay with like not getting super close. Like we can just chill from like, you know, a good like group of people from behind. Where like we weren't far away, but we were pretty close where we can see the bands play. Right. This year, we decided to do something different. Thursday came, right? And normally Aftershock is a 3-day event, but because Aftershock 2020 was canceled, they gave us a day for free because we already had our tickets pre-registered, right? So we go Thursday, not a lot of people. We pretty much chilled by one of the trees. We kind of listened to Anthrax play. Anthrax was pretty dope. We listened to them play, and then right after we got close to check out Cypress Hill. That band was pretty dope. Everyone was like pretty much like vibing and chilling to the music, and you know, nobody was pushing. Yeah, Friday. Okay. Rancid play. Cleopatra. Anyways, there's a bunch of bands that played. I didn't even see them. So what we ended up doing was we ended up buying merch on Friday, so that way merch was out of the way. We didn't have to get in line to get last minute merch or anything. We bought the merch, put it in the backpack, put the backpack in the car, and then we didn't have to have the backpack on us the entire day. Because trust me, when you're in a crowd of people and you're trying to like watch the same band, the backpack gets in the way. People are like knocking into it. People like pushing you almost because they're running into the backpack. So it gets in the way. I didn't want to have the backpack on during like any of the performance. So the bands that we saw on Friday, Dropkick Murphy played first, and we were pretty close. We saw the band in 2019, and I knew Dropkick Murphys because I used to listen to Dropkick Murphys all the time during football practice, right? You know, I'm a sailor of pain, and I lost my legs climbing up the top steps, and I lost my legs. That band, right? I play it all the time during high school football. I don't know about your guys' high school, but at my high school, they did it all the time. Well, during that performance, we were pretty close, and a mosh pit starts forming right in front of us. And we're like, nope, go forward. We're not going to be in this mosh pit. Go forward, right? So we're next to a mosh pit, right? Like, there's like a couple of people behind us, but we're still next to it. And there was shoving and pushing happening. People were crowd surfing, and like people were landing on us, and it sucked. Okay, I was pretty much like making sure nobody was like gonna like squish my girlfriend and making her suffocate, making her have no air. So I'm all over here, you know, making sure no mosh pitters coming in and like hurt us to the extreme, let's just say. And then after Dropkick Murphys, I wanted to see Suicidal Tendency. And my girlfriend too. But here's the thing, chat. If you've never listened to Suicidal Tendency, nor if you've never watched a Suicidal Tendency concert before, I have. I've been to one of them. I said it before that I got pushed by the lead singer. Anyways, expect a mosh pit during Suicidal Tendency. Like a big mosh pit, okay? So anyways, my girlfriend says, I want to get really close. And I look at her and I said, are you sure? And she was like, yeah, like let's get really close to go watch them. And I said, hold on, are you sure you want to get close? Because Suicidal Tendency fans go crazy. And she still wanted to go up close. We get up close, and what happens? A mosh pit forms right around us. And so my girlfriend told me, you should go in the mosh pit. And I did. But I was not expecting her to go into the mosh pit as well. Listen, I don't mind her having fun, but I don't want to be protecting her at the same time. Because this is what happened. She runs in the mosh pit. She has a cell phone in one hand and she's like, whoa! Right? And I look at her and I'm like, oh my god. Like there's like a bunch of like dudes that are bigger than her. She gets pushed. A, the phone is gonna fly out of her hand. The phone is probably gonna be gone. Or B, she's gonna get hurt. So I try to catch up to her. I hold her hand as we're in the mosh pit, and then I see that another mosh pit was happening like right next to the one that we were in. So here's what I did. I, like, as soon as we went around the circle to get into the area that was open, we went to the next mosh pit, and then we got closer. But before we even got closer, I got pushed down, and I brought her down with me. And there she is, like laying down on the floor. I'm on the floor. I pull her into me to make sure she didn't get stepped on. And now we're in the front to see Suicidal Tendency. We're like behind 3 people. The guitarist for Suicidal Tendency gets on top of crowds and is playing his guitar on top of the audience. And the singer gets on top, like literally like right next to us. I don't know if you've seen it. I posted it on Twitter. But the singer gets on top of the crowd. I'm like literally like 4 people like next to him, and the guitar is like on my right. So I'm just like, what the so that was Friday. We go see Metallica right after that, and Metallica was pretty lit. Expect Metallica to always perform really well. I say Friday was the best performance Metallica had that day. Anyways, after Friday was Saturday, and Misfits was playing that night. So we didn't really listen to a lot of bands. We pretty much walked around because we waited for certain bands to play, which is like later in the day. MGK, yeah, okay, so MGK played, right? And here's the thing with MGK. He talked mad shit about Slipknot, and so there was a lot of people who were Slipknot fans that were there to boo him out. And people were throwing stuff at him when he got on stage. Not immediately. A couple songs later, me and my girl ended up like walking away from MGK because we weren't feeling it. Like we heard like a few of his sets, like the songs he played, and we're like, I'm not feeling that. I'm dipping. I'm not a big MGK fan. Then we watched Gojira. If you've never heard of Gojira, I suggest that's a good band for you guys to listen to. If you are into like metal or want to get into metal, Gojira is a good band to listen to. After Gojira, we went to go listen to Offspring. The Offspring is amazing. That was like the first like rock band that I ever listened to. That band was dope. We were singing and all that kind of stuff. We weren't super close to see the Offsprings. We're like, I want to say 50 yards away from like the stage, maybe even more than that. And then after the Offspring played, the Misfits were gonna play on that same stage that the Offsprings were playing. And keep in mind, there's 3 different stages in Aftershock. You have a small stage, you have another stage which was the main stage that Metallica was gonna be playing at, and then you had another stage that was pretty big as well. So Misfits were going to be playing on that other stage where the Offspring was playing. So after the Offspring ended, Mudvayne was playing on the other big stage that Metallica was playing at. Instead of going to see Mudvayne, we ended up just getting like super close to go see like Misfits up close, right? And for those who don't know, the Misfits, they've had like a history where like they don't do festivals and stuff like that. The last time they played, I don't know how long ago it was. But they recently started touring again, and I think every October they perform. They do one performance every October, because the next performance they're gonna do is in 2020, and that's gonna be in Chicago, I think. We were lucky enough that the Misfits, because originally Misfits was not supposed to be playing. It was supposed to be My Chemical Romance, but My Chemical Romance backed out due to like COVID reasons. So Misfits took their place, and we're like, yo, let's go Misfits, hell yeah. So here's how it went down. Because oh damn, chat. Misfits fans were freaking crazy as well. We got pretty close to the front, right? We were 3 people behind to being like up, like close to like the fence to see like the stage and all that kind of stuff. We can still see the stage, but like to be like up close, to be like in the front row, we're 3 people behind. As soon as the Misfits started playing, we got pushed, right? Everyone's trying to see Misfits. Everyone is like trying to see if they can get up close to see the Misfits, right? Couple of songs go by and we ended up being in the front row of Misfits. I'm still trying to protect my girlfriend because everyone's squishing us. A couple of girls that were like next to us had like, they ended up leaving because they couldn't take like the crowd like pushing against them. Like they were small. I'm not gonna lie, they were like young teenagers that were there to see the Misfits. I had to like pick up like a girl that like was getting squished because she couldn't stand there anymore. She was being suffocated. So I helped her like get up. The security guards came and helped me like get her out of that area. It was that crazy. And then after like they were done with their set, they threw like guitar picks, right? And it didn't even make it to us. It got like in front of security, and security picked it up and they put it in their pockets. They didn't even give us any of the picks, any of the guitar picks, and I was pissed about that. Then Misfits came back, played 2 more songs, and then they backed out. And then they came back again, and this time the bass guitarist Jeffrey, I think his name is Jeffrey, I forget. It starts with a J, I know that. He starts throwing a bass guitar case that's shaped like a coffin with the Misfits logo on it. He was throwing bass guitar cases that were shaped as coffins into the crowd. The first one didn't even make it to us, right? It went like a couple like crowd to the right. Came back through another one to the left of the other side of the crowd. And then he threw the third guitar case towards our direction. I was freaking ready, chat. I grabbed that sucker and I fell down with it. A couple of people had their hands on it too, but I fell down. I was on the ground with the guitar case and I put my feet on that case and I held on to that shit tight. I'm starting to get up, right? And then I hear, open the case. There's a bunch of skulls in it. I was like, what the f? And everyone, like I'm not gonna say everyone, but there was a few people who were going crazy and they ripped that guitar case open.
Come on, break it up in pieces. Let's share it.
And so my mindset was, all right, if I'm gonna get away with something, I'm gonna try to get away with the front of the case. So I started ripping the case, like the front of the case off, because people were going crazy. They were tearing the inside of the case off, like trying to get like the fabric that was there as well. And luckily I had like the front of the case with me, right? And I told my girlfriend, hey, grab it, let's get the hell out of here, like ASAP. And there was still a guy holding on to it. Here, let me grab it. Let me show you guys, because I tried fixing it on Monday. Look at this crap. It's signed and everything. So I ripped this off and I had to like fold it just so I can like at least hold on to it even tighter to get out of here. Like the whole bag all messed up. It was cracked here, cracked like somewhere right here. And the people tore this whole part off. And as we were ready to leave, this big guy, okay, he's not big. He was heavy set, right? Everyone had already like understood that, like, okay, we have it. Let them get out with it, right? Like, just let them walk away with it, right? Because we would have been there for like hours, like fighting for it, right? I was ready to throw hands. And so this big guy, heavy set guy, I was taller than him. He starts grabbing like the fabric in here and starts tearing it, right? And I'm ready to leave. Like, it was getting intense. I'm ready to go. I don't want my girlfriend to be in the same area with me because she already got hurt because another chick was like wrestling with her to get like a piece of something, right? And she ended up with like more like bruises than me. I was like, what? Really? Like, this is the only thing that I got away with. I only got away with this bruise, and her whole arm is like bruised up. But like I said, this heavy dude guy comes up and starts tearing the thing even more, and I'm ready to leave, and he wasn't letting go. I had to sock him. Like, I literally punched the guy because he wasn't letting go, and I wanted to leave, right? I don't want to be in that hostile environment anymore. So we left with the case. We did it, chat. We left with something. You know what's the cool part? Here, Alexa, turn off all lights. Wait, flash. Look at that. It glows in the dark. So now I gotta figure out what am I gonna do with this. IRL Battle Royale. It was IRL Battle Royale. So that was Saturday. Saturday was pretty much the craziest day on that event. And then Sunday was pretty chill. We didn't really see a lot of bands. Social Distortion was the one that we saw. And then right after that, we saw Metallica. So we were late to that last day. But like I said, there wasn't a lot of bands that were playing that day that we were like, oh, we want to see this band. So yeah, we ended up like showing up late, and we only saw like Social Distortion and then Metallica. And then we left. That was the end. Powder.